Hey everybody, Timcast here. Recently at a rally, Donald Trump made a reference to something happening last night in Sweden, and it spawned this hashtag, last night in Sweden. People started making jokes about silly little events. Someone posted a picture of like a garbage can being knocked over, because apparently nothing had happened Friday night in Sweden. But there's a few issues that I want to touch on that I think are important. The first thing, and I'll just touch on this lightly, is that Trump supporters tend to give Donald Trump a bit more leeway in the things he says. They don't take him to be 100% factual. They trust him and they get the idea of what he's trying to say. They're not as critical. But the media and many in academia expect Trump to be 100% factual in his statements. What ends up happening is when Trump makes a reference to last night in Sweden, one political faction takes it verbatim to be, what does this mean? And the Trump supporters are like, I get what he's saying. And now I'll explain what this video is really about. Trump is making a reference to reported crime, right? There's this perceived rape and sexual assault epidemic hitting many other countries in Europe. And a lot of Trump supporters take these stories to, be evidence of a problem with refugees and migrants. Here's where it gets really complicated. There are many left-leaning sites that are saying this is debunked, that the reason for these reported crimes or the high rate of sexual violence is simply that Sweden has a very wide-ranging sexual crimes law and that the police are better equipped to deal with it. So essentially, there's no more rape there than anyone else. It's just that they have a different definition of the word and the police are able to make these arrests. However, people on the right, many people who support Trump, say that isn't the case, and that you're seeing story after story about migrants murdering people, committing crimes, and committing rapes. In fact, the New York Times, which was critical of Donald Trump's statement last night in Sweden, talking about how Sweden was calling him out for it, does have a story referencing, over 40 instances of sexual assault at a music festival, in which they actually say that of 7 suspects being questioned by the police, 6 of them were foreign. This is a highly politicized phenomenon, with one faction saying it's true and you're denying it for political reasons, and the other side saying it's false and you're just pushing the story for political reasons. What's really happening here? Well, this is where I make the announcement that I am going to be traveling to Sweden and France and some other countries in Europe to actually figure out what the hell's really going on. I'll say this, I don't side with anybody. I'm a skeptic, I guess. So when I hear these stories, I say, okay, well, let's look into this and figure out if it's true or not. When someone tells me that it's fake, I say, yeah, okay, but I've got people on the other side saying it's real and I've got, alleged witness testimony. The issue then becomes, who do you trust? The biggest challenge for me, I'm not sure I trust anyone. So I am going to go and produce a series of videos, and we're gonna, get into the fray and just figure out what's really going on. I will say this, I've already been warned by some journalists that this is a serious issue and that these no-go zones should be avoided at all costs. Seriously, I've had people message me saying, it's not a joke, don't go to the no-go zones. We might have our equipment destroyed, we might be attacked. But what can I do? I'm not going to take their word 100%. I will heed their warnings, but it's time for us to go investigate. I cannot do this without your support, so I will be setting up a GoFundMe so that we can raise money to produce a series of videos on the ground across Europe, interviewing real people on all sides of the political spectrum to figure out if anything is happening, what is it? If you want to support and help out my coverage, we'll be producing live streams, Twitter videos and tweets. I will be producing a series of YouTube videos. The goal is to produce something every single day so you can see exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, where we're going. And at the end of it, I will put together a medium-length documentary about what we discovered. So again, your support helps make this possible. You can check out patreon.com/Timcast if you'd like to become a monthly contributor. Everything helps. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @Timcast. And, also share the video, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I guess this is, my next big project. And we'll spend a week or two traveling Europe to dig in and just see what we find. With that, I will bid you all farewell and say thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. Stay tuned, because I will start producing these videos very, very soon. Our goal is to head to Europe within the next couple days, really. But there will be some videos in between and some news analysis stuff. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time.